record. Okay. And let me introduce myself. My name is Sergey Savastyuk. I have a PhD in applied mathematics. I used to teach at Santa Clara University here in the Silicon Valley back in the 90s. And then I started a few companies, made good exits, and then actually started trading myself. That's how I created quite a few interesting algorithms, which I use myself. And also created a new company called Tickeron. And today I'm going to be talking about day trading with AI robots, which we released relatively not long time ago, okay? So what is Tickeron? You should know that Tickeron is a SEC registered company. What it means we cannot give you any BS. If the company is not registered with the SEC, you guys should know that they can tell you pretty much anything. They can put any testimonials, we cannot. They can tell you all kinds of profits, we cannot. So since we're on the guidelines of a Security Exchange Commission, then we cannot tell you anything which is not compliant with the SEC, and that's what is important. Okay. If you wanna, just for the future, tip number one, I like that tip because if you really want to find out if the company is registered with the SEC, there are not a lot of them. Which give advice like we do. You have to find form ADV part 2. If you find that form, you can read that. Then this company is registered. If you cannot, that means it is not. Okay? Here's an example. Company Betterment, they have form ADV part 2. Then that means they are registered. Okay. And you can trust to this company, to our company, more than you can trust to others. Okay, next thing, why AI algorithms? Because there's a lot of trades made by artificial intelligence, algorithms, whatever you name it, and you really want to find out what's going on, okay? So another reason why algorithms is, I picked up actually from another course. Here's advice to people who are trading. Here, look at this advice. Try to become as robotic as possible when you're trading, okay? So what does it mean? It means that you have to withdraw your emotions, you have to be more mechanical. And then the question is, what is more mechanical than robots itself, right? So that's where we are. That's what we are creating. You obviously can create your own system, but it's not going to be robotic anyway. But we do have robotic system, and that's what I'm going to introduce them to you today, okay? So, and here's the first question. I like it. Please use full screen. You know, so you don't see that well, right? Do you see that better? Full screen. You know, the problem is I have these slides on the left side, then I kind of manipulate, and then I see this one, because I'm going to be jumping to the system. It's going to be a little bit difficult. That's the best I can do, guys, at this moment. That's the best. I don't think I can move it anywhere. Okay. Okay. Maybe for the future I'll try, but not today. I even don't know how to make it full screen. I always do in this one. Okay. Anyway, so what I'm going to talk today is AI robots for day traders. Okay. I am going to skip these 3 points because they typically covered in my previous webcasts, but I will reference to them. And since we're going to be talking mostly about robots, then I'm not going to be talking about the basics of trading plans, what are the odds of success, and about the groups, okay? Then I'm going to jump immediately to these real-time patterns. That's where we're going to start, okay? Then I will show you what are the day trading means, paper trading means in our day trading, and then I will talk about the robots, why we build them, how to build them, how to customize them, how to use them. Okay, so what is day trading versus swing traders? It's primarily the time frame. Day trading, when you get into the position and then within the same day you're trying to get out. Okay, the maximum you stay another day when you're confident, and that means about 1 day you take in these trades. The swing traders, they take more days, weeks, okay? So that means you kind of wait longer and stay in the position longer. But as you can see, charts could be absolutely the same. And then what it means 1 point here could be 1 day, and here could be 15 minutes. 1 point in the chart could be 1 hour, 2 hours, or 15 minutes, or even 5 minutes. Sometimes a trade is 1 minute. So that means this interval depends on your time frame. Okay. So let me give you the basic of the patterns. Okay. Patterns been used quite a lot. And right now, these patterns recognized mostly by computers. You could have seen mobile apps which are looking at the heart rate and then say, okay, arrhythmia, right? Why? Because this is a normal ECG, right? And here you see there are some bumps, and that means here is a problem with this type of. Yes, the recording is going to be available in a day or two. Good, thank you for asking. Yeah, let's continue. So you see, depending on these shapes, doctors and these days AI can tell you something you would not really know well, right? And you see, this is this fibrillation or whatever, right? It's terrible. So let's look closer. You see ECG, the doctor looks at that stuff and says, oh, okay, you have arrhythmia, right? How? Because they look at these shapes, and all these shapes have the particular parameters. And based on these parameters, these doctors or AI makes conclusions. The same thing is self-driving cars. It's quite a sophisticated neural networks they have, quite often much more complicated than reading the medical charts. And here, the same thing. As soon as it comes to the model, mathematical model, there are shapes, okay? And it turns out there are similar shapes can be found in their stock behavior, okay? Let me show you one of the head and shoulders pattern, okay? So some people look at that and say, oh, it's not head and shoulders. I'll show you head and shoulders, which is this one, right? So look, you see, this is a couple of shoulders, and this is a head, okay? And so what happens that there is an interesting dynamic between bulls and bears. So some people buy, then some other people sell. There's a fight between them always going on. There's another attempt to go up, and then, yeah, people kind of want to still sell. And then there's another attempt. What is important in the head and shoulders that this is a higher than these 2 points, okay? This not necessarily at the same level, but what is important, they're approximately fighting for this support line, okay? So what our software does, finds this type of a behavior, right? And then actually says, okay, due to the statistical analysis, it's quite a sophisticated analysis, it turns out if it breaks through this line, it can go all the way here, down, okay? So that means that there's a bearish type of a signal. If you break through this particular price, then it goes down, right? You can say, oh, I can find as my naked eye yeah, but AI can find this shape. It's still head and shoulders, right? And as you can see, that distance approximately the same. But if you do this shape, it's still head and shoulders, and AI is going to find this one too. But then this distance to target line is your profit, right? This is a profit of making a short position, kind of playing on a downturn, right? But let me reverse that. Okay, so this is a head and shoulders. Some people wrote us, oh, it's not the head and shoulders, it's a head and shoulders. But for the bullish position, right? So the same fight goes on, and then boom, it shoots up. Why? Because there is anxiety of people when they're trying to break, and as soon as they break that point, goes up, and then people say, oh my God, I'm behind. So it turns out that the patterns like that, they evaluate in the psychological state of the players on the market. And if AI can find the psychological state like that, then it's a really good predictive power how far it's going to go. Okay, so now let's look at some of the patterns. I will briefly start from this pattern search engine. Actually, where we started, we have better pictures here. And I go here, and then you see this is a different types of the patterns we discover, bullish, and then some of the bearish, but 37 types of the patterns. Yes, we're going to talk about RTP. Yes. One refresh. Yeah, I'll talk about that. I just don't know, guys, the level of your understanding of patterns. I'm just going to make a brief introduction, then we're going to go to details of the RTP and the robots, okay? So let's look at this, with that, you see head and shoulders top, right? It's a bearish, and this is a head and shoulders bottom, the same. I like this one too. Actually, there's a lot of anxiety for the cup and handle. With people when they get 2 points, and when it breaks through the 3rd point, that's a quite a jump, quite often anticipated. So for your understanding that how much work we've done to analyze that stuff, we put together a lot of statistics behind that. So first number you should always look at is a confidence level. Then the distance to target, this is your potential profit. That's how far it can jump. Then the patterns can be confirmed and emerged. Okay, what it means? It means quite often in some of the websites, you're going to see, oh, this is a cup and handle, and this is a point to buy, because it's going to go up. It turns out that here, at the point number 4, it is the pattern which is emerging, okay? But this one is a confirmed when it breaks through that point. And then look at the difference in the statistic. Okay, this is a confirmed with the confidence 60% plus, and the distance to target 5%. Where's that distance to target? This one, right? To get to the target price. The target price breakout, and this is a profit. Look, it's 66% of the patterns get to the target price, which is good. Now let's look at the emerged. You see, it's immediately 57%. It's less. So you see, it's 10 points. That's huge. Let's look at the 70% confidence level. You see, 73% get to the target price to make 5%. Let's look if we want to make 7%. Yeah, 74 is almost the same. Let's look at the emerged. You see, 53. Barely breaking even on the same confidence level, which is calculated at point of emerge. We calculate confidence here, and then see the dynamic, right? So 53% barely making, and that's where the difference. So as soon as you see somewhere somebody is teaching you this cup and handle, and then buying at this moment to make as much as possible, no, it's bad. This is the best point to make sure that your chances go up. That's what we call it odds of success, 74%, it's kind of quite good. If you look at the 80%, you see 78% of patterns which we discovered, but there are much fewer of them, so you have to wait much longer for the good patterns which can be discovered. How we based our statistic? We based our statistic because we're recording everything we find. Right here, you can investigate. So in order to get familiar yourself with the patterns, you just kind of go and look through them. This is a channel flag. I like flag. I like head and shoulders. I like rectangulars. A lot of people trying to find those channels. This is a horizontal channel. This is this type of channels. This rectangular bottom. This is a rectangular top. A lot of people like those. And obviously, all kinds of triangle patterns. And then some people, if you look at the self-made charts, they all say, okay, this is a point of a breakout. It turns out the theory says different. It turns out that you have to wait up to here to really believe it's going to the right direction. A lot of people looking at this point, which is not good enough. And then if you look at the statistics, let's look here, you see, that's the difference, right? So when you get through that point, it's here, it's not good enough. You should wait up to here to go to the target price. And these are the subtleties which we put into this neural network, which we designed and collected all this data. So that was the first engine we created, and that's the end of the day engine, right? You see end of day, and that's for longer periods, primarily for the swing traders. But it is a simply better presentation, and you can look at that. There is a trial period, you can look at that. But we're going to be talking today about the, you see, real-time patterns. Okay? So what are they? This is pretty much the same patterns, as you can see. This is the same for bullish and for the bearish. You can read about them. And what is the difference? The difference is in the time frame. Instead of end of day, you see, in fact, for the real-time patterns, you can still include 1 day. You see, you can still get the 1 day patterns, but the difference is that it's going to be only for the stock ETFs versus stock ETFs, cryptocurrency, forex for end of day. So there we collected all asset classes. Here it's only stock ETFs, because typically intraday type of day trading, people focus on something, either cryptocurrencies or currencies, pairs, or just stock and ETFs. So that's where the difference is. Okay, so 1 point. The second point. Now let's go to the customize, and you see these are the time frames. You see, you can pick and choose any time frame. And again, I will remind you what is a time frame. You see, we're writing it right here, these time frames. And when we look at 1 point on this chart, it means 1 point is 1 hour. Okay, this 1 point on this chart is 4 hours. Quite often people asking us, when the pattern is confirmed, how long it typically goes. The rule of thumb is as follows, that if you have that number of points, typically here we have, if it is 1 hour, then number of points here, let's say 20, then 20 points, it's 20 hours, here is no reaction. It's like in the spring, you take a rubber or the spring and then you pull it, then release it, and then there is some movement until it dies, right? So that's the same thing here. So what we have here in this setup is all these patterns. For day trading, people typically use here 5 minutes, okay? So you take confirm. You see I have 75, but I can trade, let's say 60% confidence level. That's going to be minimum confidence level I'm setting up. Then what else I need to set up? Distance to target. I can, you see, this is a 0, but I can say, okay, minimum 2%. Then here's the stocks for the settings, where you select either categories or individual stocks. You can put here anything, and then AI is going to be finding then only for these stocks. Okay, but then if you want only these stocks, then you have to do the following. You have to unselect all of them and save. Okay, if you do that, then what's going to be left? Only this Apple, AMD, Amazon, wherever I have it here. Okay, I can give you one tip how to quickly create that list. This is a one list. You can do it one by one. Let's say you want to add Agilent A, you can add A. Okay, bam, A is added. And you can do it one by one, or you can do it by list. How you can create lists? Let me take you one step to the screener. Let's assume I'm using the screener. We have quite a sophisticated screener. And what I can do, we have, let's say, fundamental analysis, and I want to have only undervalued stocks, okay? So let me see, the stocks excluding pennies, I'm taking that one, and these are the undervalued stocks, okay? And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just show you, because I can use all other ideas for the, you know what, I'm gonna do like that. I'm gonna do this one. So this one way of doing, and this is another way of doing. You see, this is an analysis of group trends. You see, we rating buy and sell, not only individual stocks, but also the groups of stocks, okay? So let's look, social networking, 10 stocks, okay? So what I can do, and you see it's a buy, and you would have invested into these 10 stocks on every interval, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 day, 6 months, 1 quarter, 1 year would have been positive. So I'm gonna do the following: social networking, click here, and then go to the screener, okay? So now this is the list of all stocks. And let's assume you want to find and trade only these. What you can do, let me see if it's going to work. I'll click here. And now copy these 10 tickets to the clipboard. Click. Okay, so copy it. So I'm going to go back to RTP. And here, I'm going to just paste. Should be working. Okay. And let me add. Yep, you see, I did copy to clipboard and just added that list, and there was some redundancy, most likely, the same thing like Facebook. So you see, I added exactly that. I can place here save. So summarizing my activities here, everywhere on the website, if you see this blue bar, you can move these lists from one place to another. So for instance, if you want to create a watch list out of the social networking, you just click here, watch list, and click, and you create a watch list. Let's assume you want to create a portfolio. You want to move it to the scanner. Okay, so there was a question how you can look like one time intervals, what you can do. In fact, let me see, yeah, you can, let's see, this 10, you can move it to the scanner. Okay, so this moment, if the market would be working, you see this is a 625, this list was generated, and it's kind of really a good thing because that's where you're going to see what's happening every minute. The prices here updated every minute, and you're going to see how your stocks behave. And there's a lot of statistics right here. The low, high, gaps, volatility, volume, earnings reports. You see it? It's immediately, you see it here, news. You can get news from other sources right here, okay? If you want to look how does behavior was over the month, and this is a behavior over the month, the same stocks. Very convenient thing, okay? So then before trading, you can create the watch list, you can put them to the scanners, you can get reports, there's all kinds of things, including the paper trades, which you can do. So instead of using your own hard-earned money, you can use paper trades, and that way test the technology, understand how it works, and get yourself comfortable. And that's a good thing. I will talk about that later. Okay, so let's assume I added this and I unclick those. So that means I'm going to be trading only these lists. Okay. Let's assume I want to add a few ETFs. This is ETFs, and then pattern times. So if you want to trade only bullish patterns, you do this, all of them. But let's assume you kind of having difficulty to understand some of them. You just unclick, okay, and then save. I'll keep it. And then bearish. If you don't want to get any signals on the bearish, you just unclick them, okay? So that means you're going to have all bullish and nothing on bearish. Okay, that make sure that you have this push notification on. If you don't have, then you're not going to get it. Then that's pretty much it. So if 5 minutes, 15 minutes still for the day trading is good. Even 30 minutes for the day trading is good. 1 hour, you might get a good, it's really up to you if you want to stay for another day. And as you understood that we used to have here 1 minute. Now answering one of the questions, we used to have it. But people said that it is kind of difficult to follow RTP on 1 minute. And then we removed that. So we left 5 and all this, including 1 day. And if you don't want to get the merge, you unclick it too, okay? And then you save. Now, let's look what signals you're going to get. Let's see here. So this is a pattern, what we're writing, time frame 1 hour, rectangular top, right? So that means it is, you can look here. You see why it is top. This is, you see, this is a channel found. This is breakout, and this is a target price. Okay? Now, it's all in writing. Current confidence level, 75. It's pretty good, actually. So here, a target price, it's $56.14. And this is entry price, 54.88. And you can make 2%. That's what we think with the confidence, and not we are really, AI is calculating. Everything is automatic. And with these chances, you can get 2%. So if you use, let's say, options, so some people trade options. Obviously, with the leverage, this 2% is actually might end up 100% if it's really heavy. That's how you read it. So let's assume you forgot what is the rectangular top. You click here, and you can immediately get the description right here. What else? Statistics, okay? So click here, and you see with the confidence 75%, we click here more than 70%. You see 70% for you see rectangular top is doing pretty well. It is 70% right here. Okay, that's, I have another question. Okay, so let's see, I got a couple of questions. Will those certificates I create in there, will they also show in an instant pattern search? No, they're not going to show in the instant pattern search. I can show you a quick trick how to do that. As I said, I like to be interrupted. I'll show you, okay? Let me do that. So what you can do, Let me see if it's going to work. Okay. So you see, I didn't save, so that means I have that list. In order to, let me see if it's going to work. Yeah, you see, there's no blue bar. I'm not sure it's really going to work. Copy. I don't think we have all the symbols in between are going to work out. In the instant pattern search, let me see. Okay, it's going to be fun. Paste. Nope. So what you can do is no, I don't think it's any symbol. No, it's not. So, but I think what's going to happen if I put commas. Let me see. I'm going to put commas. I think it's going to work. Okay, let me press here and see if it's going to find anything. No. Huh. Say it again. Yeah, you see, it should be just the space. We expanding that another symbols in between so that way later you can put anything, and that's a good point. Yeah, and typically what happens pretty much from any other, if you are moving, let me see. Yeah, you see, let me see what's going to happen. Here, you remember we created that watch list, right? No, we look at the screener, and then what I can do, you see here, and I move it to the real-time patterns, so stocks. I'm going to click. And now you see that list is going to show up in the instant search. That's what typically happens. You see all these companies which we analyzed in the social networking, right? All the Snap, Twitter, Facebook's, Google. So all of them ended up in the instant search. So what it means every time you do some homework before the day starts, you can find really good opportunities on the fundamentals. That's what the screener is for. Then with one click, you immediately get all the patterns you can trade intraday. So that means you can get anything here, or another option for the use of the instant search. So let's assume I'm gonna go from here. I'm going to look at my watch lists, okay? So let's assume I did some of this watch list long time ago. I'm gonna extract them, okay? And I did this watch list some time ago. So then what I can do is to click here and then go to the RTP, real-time patterns, and then click here. And I immediately get for my watch list all the patterns on all time frames. And then if I don't need all time frames, let's assume I need 5, this one, and I'm going to unclick. And that way you're going to see current patterns for all this list I created a long time ago. So that means if you have a different watch list, you have portfolios, you prepared yourself well for tomorrow, or like you prepared yourself over the weekend, click, and you immediately see day trading opportunities because you put here 5, 15, 30 minutes, okay? And these are the, again, read current confidence. It's not so good, okay? You skip and try to find something good. You see 59% market access, okay? So let me see, we did it here, let's see on Facebook. Let's look at the current day trading opportunities for, I see. Okay, now for 5 minutes, let's look. 73% Snapchat, right? You can make 0.8, 0.85. You see 2%. What is that? Facebook. Okay. Emerged pattern, 56% confidence level. You can make 2% bullish opportunity. That's what it is. The pattern is broadening pattern. You don't know, you read it here. You see, you can read quite a lot. And then you can look at the statistic. If you want to trade, you always check the statistic in advance. Let's say 50%, 60%. You see these patterns. Some of the patterns not making 50%. So that means, okay, I have to be careful. That's what is important. What we do. We do not really this RTP tool give you all the answers. Okay, you have to be checking, and that's actually a good transition for me to the robots. So in robots, all my instructions, which I am giving you right now, being programmed. Okay, so what it means? It means if a robot sees this opportunity, 46%, this and that, and then says, no, I'm not going to trade, and then looks at this and this and that, and looks at something else, says, oh, I'm going to trade. Okay, so if you are confused with that, then we did a lot of work for you and introduced these robots. Okay, so you can get these robots either here or right here on the second level menu. And then you can look at their performance, annualized return. This is average number of trades per day, versus in RTP, you can have to spend time to see how you can customize that well. So imagine this is RTPs. You see, it's not intentional, it's intentionally actually. We put it's not by accident, it's intentionally we put here RTP, just to really tell you what's going on. Okay, so this one is a day trader. You see, this is a swing trader, and it's based on the PSC, right? This is RTP. So we're not even hiding what we're doing. We took all my instructions I'm giving to you and then said, okay, what if it's going to be a day trader, right? Okay, you see, annualized return 185. Let's look at that one, okay? Okay, 148 days trading. This is a profit line, which is not a bad line, okay? Let's view details. Okay, now you see the difference between RTP and a robot. Okay, so let's look at these statistics. You see, we give a lot of statistics. We do these trades as follows. We always take 10,000 for a short position and for the long position. Let's assume you trade 1,000. So if we trade 1,000, you're going to see there's a number of shares. It's going to be 10 less, or you can do not necessarily 1,000, you can do 2,000, but we just for the sake of recording and statistic, we have to keep one position. That allows us to extract quite a lot of data out of the robot. Okay, let's look at that. So average duration, you see 12 hours. That's approximately how long every trade out of 300 trades been made, right? What we see here about $200 approximately profit. $200 approximately profit, it means about 2% profit. Average loss 149. Okay, you guys should not be afraid of losses as long as your profits are greater than the loss. And with this reasonable guessing game, you see this is a number of position won. So you see out of 272, these 58 winners, and then what are 43, 42 losers. And this is a 68% on a short position. This robot behaved well. This is absolute drawdown. Okay, and the question is, how much money do you need if you really exactly do that? You see, maximum open position 5. What it means, you don't need more than 50,000 if you don't have a margin account. If you, let's say, take some margin, you have to have much less money. And that means this robot so far did not go above 5 position open. So that means it closes, opens, closes, opens, closes, open, close, and never open more than 5 positions, okay? So what else? now let's look. Okay, so today was what, 29. You see it opened these positions, even though, yeah, you see this one is all 4 positions are green, right? So it did well. This one, let's look at that close trades. Okay, let me then show you how you can analyze the close trades. So that means, let me tell it again. So it almost like you had 50,000. That's what calculate annualized. So you take 50,000, you made 21,000, so you already almost more than 50% over the for less than a year, because you've been trading 148 days. Okay. Now let's look at, this is a close trade, so that means it already in and out, in and out. You see today was 2:56 in, meaning 2:56 p.m. in, it is Eastern time, and then 3:37 out, made $65. Okay, I'll take it every time. You see, it's been doing, you see all these trades, you see exited, all these trades did well. You see, it's been doing well. If you guys trading some options every time you got in, you just, yeah, one loss and one loss, and you see everything is green. Okay. So that means what else in this statistic and how to use it? Now, in order to really keep up with all the signals, what you have to do is when you really want to follow that position, what you can do, oh, some other people saying, oh, we have duplicates. No, it's not duplicates. It means most likely there were 2 different patterns on the same stock. Okay, you see VFC, it means this company has 2 patterns. And yes, it is not a duplicate. It means the 2 patterns give us two signals. You see on the NEO, you know, that company we already made 14%. Okay, today, when we did get in? Yeah, it's here. Okay. Now, yeah. Yes, I'm distance to target price. How much we can, yes, distance to target, exactly how much you can make. And that's, you see, like in the spring, yeah. So let me go back then, yeah. Yes, the distance to target is the profit, potential profit. Okay, maybe we should change terminology. You see, this is a chart. So this is distance to target. This is your potential profit. And then you can make, let's say, 5% potential profit. And then confidence, it's how confident system is to make this 5%. That's what is important, okay? I hope I answered the question. Now let's go back. So where I was here to show you that I want to really make a record that I, on real money, I traded this VFC, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click here, open, and it's better, you see, it's success. What it means, you see, pending. Why pending? Because the market is closed. If it is open, then immediately there would have been a record that ended, and that start here is going to start generating for you numbers of your profit or loss. Okay, but what is important, if you go to your paper trade, okay, this is let me go with here, for instance. Here I'm going to go to my paper trade. I will demonstrate to you my paper trade. Okay, you see, this is a pending order. You see, it is VFC. You see, it is going to buy at open. Okay, it's a buy at open. What it means buy at open, it means when market is going to open, you see day trader, so what's the source of idea? Day trader RTP stocks number 3. That's the same robot I used. So that means that's going to be a record. Okay, so it's going to move to the open trades, and then you don't need to go and track it in the paper trades, it's just a record. but it allows us to track here. So what's going to happen here, when the robot is going to exit, here's going to be signed, robot exited, okay? Robot exited. Here, one column is not filled out. We're going to fill it out soon. This is a take profit. This is, you see, entry price was 68 at $69.50. Robot is expecting to make profit. So at this moment, it's going to exit. You see here, that robot gave a different exit point. Okay, there was another question. Okay, trade directly through the brokerage companies compatible with the TD Ameritrade or Swim. Yeah, it's also a good question. We're exactly working on that, right? So we right now working with the TD Ameritrade to make here a button, and you can do either manually or it's going to be automatic, okay? But while you are exploring this system, I recommend to use it, get comfortable, and then when we connected, then yes, you're going to be able to do these trades directly from either robot or from any other point, or you're going to be able to put it on automated mode and it's going to trade automatically. Okay, yes, we're working on that. You're absolutely right. Okay, 6:47, within about 12 minutes, Zoom is going to end this webcast. I'm actually getting closer to the end of my presentation. And let me see if I have any other slides here. Yeah, some people advise don't compare yourself to other traders. You know what? I don't think so. I don't mind to show you my paper trades, and then we're soon going to be building capabilities where you're going to be able to share your paper trades. Paper trades is nothing. And then we don't mind to show you how we are trading, right? Because this is exactly what we're doing. The difference is everything is done automatically for this amount of time, for these numbers, and then you just can follow and then compare to yourself, okay, what you've done lately, and then see how they perform lately or over this period of time. You see, this is a cryptocurrency. We're also trading cryptos. We also have some Forex numbers. And the good thing is that we have some other robots coming out. And then if you don't like these ones, then just follow up with check us out later and see how other robots perform. And then, yeah, what I have to explain to you how the subscription work, okay? So let me ask that question. I will tell you, okay. So option robots. You see, for options, you have to buy data. It's kind of difficult to create a robot for options. But what you can do, here's a manual. You look at the robot and then see the direction and trade that manually. Because with options, there are huge difference in prices. It's kind of hard at this moment, but maybe later we're going to do that, okay? So now, let me tell you how you can subscribe to the robots, okay? So, as you can see, real-time patterns based on what? So what are the robots based on? Okay, either RTP or PEC so far. We're working on other styles, and then as soon as they're going to be getting out, we're going to be announcing, and I'm going to be giving different presentations, okay? But we have other products, let's say RTP, and then we have a trend prediction engine. So if you combine this and this, you're going to get another robot. If you combine this and this, then another robot. We're planning to issue and release pair trading robot, gap robot, some other robots. So like mid-range, mid-term type of maybe for a month or two robots, maybe fewer trades. So we have a lot of plans for our technology, guys. Use our paper trades and test at any time, okay? Now, so how it works with robots? You review close trades pretty much any time, for any period of time. As long as you registered for free, you can analyze close trades anytime, okay? So you can analyze now. If you buy one or two or more robots, you can really review open trades. Off markets, you review open trades anytime. Anything. Open trades, you just go ahead and look at them. But what the difference is, during market hours, okay, we have to really restrict that. So you can follow either one robot or two. If you buy 3 robots, then you follow any robot. You can have access during market hours to any robot, okay? So the way it works is as follows. Let's assume you want to follow only one robot, and why you can follow any open trades during market hours, because you can switch from one robot to another with one subscription. So you have one subscription, okay? And then the one subscription is what? Buy one robot and then follow one robot, and it's $90, but we give you $60 of credit. Why we're giving you $60 of credit? Because we really encourage you to get, for this amount of money, what? Get it RTP, because then you're gonna know the relationship between robots you use and RTP, or get PAC, or get screener. So for this amount of money, you get whatever the tools here for free. So look how it works. Click here, premium. Okay, now you see, let me do it here as if like, let's say beginner, right? So what happens if you unclick all of them? Okay, let's assume you're gonna get only one robot, okay? So one only, okay? So you see, you get $60 credit. So what it means? It means you can get a screener, and then you see there's no change. You still have a $40 credit. Then let's assume you want to RTP for stocks. Boom, no change. Why? Because you're still taking money from there. And then what else possible? Let's assume you don't like screener. You like trend prediction engine. This one, you still have the same $90. So you can pick and choose several tools you use, and that allows you to have that bundle and allows you to connect these things. Why? Because let me show you one more trick. Yeah, you see? So let's assume I click here. It's a blue bar, right? And if it is engaged as active, that means I can move VFC, where I can move to the instant search right here and really see what kind of patterns robot is trading. See, we're not even hiding anything, you see? It shows what the patterns it's been using. You see, it could be different patterns, but the robot analyzed more than you can, and then did that trade, okay? So that's the reason the bundle is a good thing, okay? 54 minutes, so I have another 2-3 minutes, guys. Shoot me more questions, and I'm going to be happy to answer them if I answered some of them, okay? So what else? What else did I cover? I didn't cover. Yeah. So the good thing is that if you buy 2 robots to follow, right? So it means within market hours, you're going to follow 2 robots, you're going to get $120 credit. So you can buy pretty much everything here. Let's assume you're going to get 2, you see $120. So then you have 180, but you can buy this. Actually, we're going to have more products, but we're going to, you see, it's still the same. Okay, but you got pretty much everything. Here is the thing: if you buy all robots, then you can. I'm sorry. If you buy 3, then you can follow all robots. If you buy 3 robots, so if you buy 3, then you can follow all. So no restrictions. Plus 120, you pretty much buy everything. Okay, with this approach. So that actually concludes my presentation. I hope I answered all your questions. And as you can see, by the end of the story, I answered all of them. And if you are interested, go ahead and sign up for trials, sign up for robots, and then you're going to be able to try them and see whether or not you like them. But it's worth of the try because you're gonna see how we trade. So from that perspective, we don't mind if you compare yourself with us and see how we do, how you do, and then see what's going to happen with you in the future. But the technology is quite sophisticated, and I hope it's going to help you with the trading. Yes, we're going to be connecting that to the different brokerages. We're working with them right now, working on the addition of other robots. And on this positive note, without questions, guys, go ahead, and I'm going to stop right here. Okay, and goodbye. Stop sharing and end of story.